Mr. Buddy, peace and harmony with you here today. We're keying in on another important topic, and that relates to how to determine if this narcissist or this psychopath is someone who you are meant to be with. I get presented with this question quite frequently, and I also see a lot of people who, are in quite a bit of a tug of war with themselves, whether to stay with an abusive person. The person is not satisfying their needs. The person is disrespectful. The person is using them. The person is abusing them. The person is exploiting them, taking their money, taking their gifts, taking vacations on their dime. And these people are conned. They are psychopathically manipulated and exploited into keeping them in their life. And so presenting the question to me is, how am I know if I'm meant to stay with them? I know they always tell me, peace and harmony. I know that this sounds crazy, but I want to stay with this person. I think I can make it work. I hear that again and again and again as an indelible and very rigid pattern that a lot of people who are still stuck in the beginning illusion, I think, of wanting this fairy tale relationship to continue. What they don't realize is that the fairy tale life that they are seeking, that power that they are seeking, that surge of energy that they are receiving from the psychopath or the narcissist, is a power which is within themselves. And the further that they go to overcompensating and over-obligating themselves to this narcissist, to the psychopath, they are getting further and further from the power within themselves. So in essence, they are depleting themselves, their own self-faith, their own self-empowerment by seeking outside in this psychopath or narcissistic individual. So focusing in back in on whether this person is right for me to stay with. If it is too much in your mind, if you have to constantly think, plot, ploy, strategize, not plan, not making plans that are created with this person, but if it is too much in the mind where you have to overthink and overcalculate and deliberate over, how things are going to work out this person, realize that this is in essence to this experience of being stuck in the head is a direct counter-reaction to being involved with a deliberate, calculating, psychopathic, manipulative individual. I think what a lot of people will eventually learn when they fully expose the psychopath is that, and which I think is what's most shocking and leads to most of the post-traumatic stress syndrome and the shock and the betrayal and the trauma and the torture, is that for them to understand really to the depths of which they have never known. And we're not talking about the heights of life, we're talking about the depths of life, some of which are very difficult to come out of. So it is very difficult to emerge from a lot of these depths of manipulation and exploitation. And I do receive many comments from those who are at those depths. And I do understand that 100%. It's the goal of my channel to help bring you out of that, get to the other side. And thank God that you are now at the edge of the precipice and turned around and going the other direction to the light, rather than getting stuck in this abyss of never-ending torture and control and insidious mind control, which basically means you are giving control of your mind, which is your operating system, your spiritus, the animus, which animates your body. You're giving control over this to another being who is not like most people. I think what most people do not understand is that on the exterior, this person appears to be like a quote-unquote normal human being, 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, etc. Yet underneath is a situation, I really can't even call it a person, is a situation which lacks conscience. So they really do not abide by the laws of humanity, and it's not who you think you are dealing with. So you can't know what you are dealing with when you're dealing with these people. So when you are then dealing with a very deliberate, calculating, maniacal, malignant abuser. This is not just someone who, some white lies or, has an affair or something of this nature. We're talking about true manipulators, con people, serial killers, criminal intent, vacillating between the black and white of criminal activity on a daily basis. Taking over families, organizations, businesses, the type of people who steal identities and sell their house while they're still living in it and then have the bank foreclose on it. I mean, we're talking twisted stuff. People, siphoning off money. Just, it's the layers of the evil and the manipulation of others can be profound. And so getting back to our discussion is, how do you know if this person is right for you, or if you're just over perceiving it, or if you're not good enough, or if you made a mistake with them, or could you have done something else to keep them in your life? I think that is probably the most top question I get asked of people who are in these relationships. And it is to understand that the deliberate and calculated steps and strategy of these individuals to love bomb you, devalue, and discard you is without a doubt, unequivocally a calculated game plan with them. And that your deliberation, the feeling and experience of it being in your head, where you have to constantly think, plot, plan, investigate, become a detective, become a sleuth, become an incessant fanatic or fascination with these individuals. It is in the head space and not in the heart space. So you are leaving the heart space, which is where love, which is where your animus, your life force is really emanating from. There's so much more energetic field that comes out of the heart space. It's one of the most powerful centers in the human body. And it's, yes, there's the intellect, the mind, but when you talk about everything being stuck in your head, if you feel that you are stuck in your head with this individual, that can be a sure sign that you are in a relationship that unequivocally is taking one that is exploitative, manipulative, and controlling, and not in your best interest. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.